Education and Trust Fund that is within the government of Nigeria. I want to thank and recognize the Innov8 Technology Hub that has housed these 4 projects for the last 18 months or so, and to thank them for coordinating and providing such an enabling environment that is within the government of Nigeria. I want in a very special way allow me to recognize the Innov8 Technology Initiative, which is a consortium of the last 18 months or so, and to thank them for coordinating the idea of such an enabling environment that is within the NORAD, the National Research Foundation of South Africa, and more, who have come together and put resources to support the science, technology, innovation ecosystem in sub-Saharan Africa. We thank you very much, and specifically in this case, the IDRC of Canada and the UK FCDO, who have funded these 82 projects, who have supported the financial resources that have funded these projects, but who have also put together this consortium of partners, the African Center for Technology Studies, the Association of African Universities, and the University of Sheikh Anta Diop. In a very special way, to work on this project and to steer it at the continental level. We thank you for your generosity, and we thank you for your partnerships as we advance science diplomacy between the global north and the global south. We recognize these development partners in a very special way. And lastly, I would also like to mention about the Science, Technology, Innovation Strategy for Africa 2034, which is a strategy that is guiding the continent on the matters science, technology, and innovation. I want to invite you to look at that strategy, to find your niche within that strategy. It is an excellent strategy that is poised to shape the science, technology, innovation ecosystem in the continent, and to position STI in the continent to drive economic growth and social progress. Within the STISA 2034, there are 5 priority sectors: health, energy, ICT, agriculture, and environment. And I already see these 4 projects in Nigeria stationing themselves in 1 or 2 of these priority sectors. Within the STISA 2034, there are some 6 cross-cutting, interlinked strategic priority areas, including number 1, industrialization, human capital and capacity building, private sector, frontier technology, gender and youth, and science diplomacy. The 4 innovation projects in Nigeria have clearly put themselves on the map in advancing frontier technology to address local solutions and to provide economic growth and social progress within Nigeria, but I'm sure also across the continent. I want to sincerely thank you all for your participation in this event, and I hope that the deliberations today do not only end here, but will continue to inspire more African researchers and scientists, will continue to influence policy at government level, will also continue to influence the private sector to also put in resources to advance the science technology ecosystem in the continent. Thank you, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you 4 teams.
Good evening, distinguished stakeholders and guests. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name is Tolulokwe Aino, the Head of Programs and Ventures at Innov8 Hub. When it comes to advancing research commercialization and driving innovation in Nigeria, Innov8 Hub stands tall. The best out of Africa, Innov8 stands as a mass mobilization movement. This movement is rooted in collaboration, excellence, and purpose. At Innov8 Hub, we don't just support ideas or build in isolation. We nurture journeys through the co-design and creation with the innovators to deliver groundbreaking innovations. Through multiple programs, we equip innovators and researchers with end-to-end support from concept designs to tangible development of both hardware and software prototypes. This ranges from low to high fidelity prototypes all the way to minimum viable products. We transform the what-ifs into what works. In this spirit, the SGCI program was conceived, not in isolation, but as a powerful extension of our R4I Research for Impact program. R4I is an intense 2-week sprint where ideas are born, honed, and made tangible. People often ask, how do we do it? And I smile and say, it's the innovate in us that keeps us rapidly innovating. Or in the words of our MD, we are creating magic. The program commenced at a crucial time, a necessary bridge for some of our promising innovative researchers to move beyond these low-fidelity prototypes into validated, refined intervention with high commercialization potential. Over the past 12 months, we've worked side by side with researchers, helping them strengthen the fundamentals of venture creation, conduct real-world market validation, and fine-tune their value propositions. The result speaks volume. From gender-sensitive health solutions to innovations tackling post-harvest losses, improving food security, and delivering healthcare access in underserved communities. These are, in fact, impact-ready solutions for the market. Today is not just about showcasing this progress. It's about celebrating the proof of concept and the proof of our commitment. To our valued partners, TETFund, thank you. Your role as Nigeria's representative in the 17-member Science Granting Council initiative has brought this vision to life. Through your leadership, Nigeria secured a grant funded by IDRC Canada and FCDO UK. This allocation enabled the continued development of innovation, first bettered in the R4I program, and affirmed your belief in the power of ideas grounded in academia. Through research and innovation, great nations build legacies. Your unwavering commitment to this truth is why we are here today. You did not just fund prototypes, you invested in people, in purpose, and in progress. To the team at ACT, who so excellently managed the implementation of SGCI across Africa, thank you. Thank you for initiating such a timely intervention. Your partnership has been a compass and catalyst. We are proud to walk this journey with you to revolutionize Africa's research commercialization landscape. The journey, we hope, will not stop here, as we are charged up, ready to continue on this path to ensuring research commercialization is not a myth in Africa, with huge potential for Nigeria to lead a frontier role with our researchers. To our dear participants, distinguished members of the academia, our professors, doctors, innovators, and bold thinkers, thank you. I fondly call you my mamas and my papas, the Inzis and the Azis, not just out of respect, but out of deep admiration. You came in curious, you stayed teachable, and today you stand transformed. What we have seen in you is a reminder that our researchers don't lack brilliance, they lack access. And once that access is given, The tools, exposure, networks, they thrive beyond expectation. Your project touch on critical SDGs, from clean water and sanitation to life on land, from affordable and clean energy to innovation and infrastructure. These are not just aligned with global goals, they are locally grown and globally relevant. To the incredible staff of Innov8 Hub, from management to heads of departments, designers, facilitators, project managers, and yes, even the cleaners and security, thank you very much. Thank you for your relentless commitment, for staying up late, working weekends, for believing in the unseen potential of others, and for staying dedicated at all times. You are the unsung heroes of innovation in Africa, and without you, none of this will be possible. So yes, today, we mark the end of SGCI Cohort 1, but this is not the finale. This is an ignition. We are lightning 4 touches today, 4 groundbreaking innovation, but they represent the millions more to come. We are not winding down, we are revving up. We look forward to future SGCI cohorts, bigger, broader, and bolder, because the vision is clear. A Nigeria where academia is not just a hub of knowledge, but a driver of transformation, prosperity, and national pride. Lastly, we welcome more partners to join us in supporting more innovators and researchers, because we are yet to start. We're just scratching the surface. Let's keep building, let's keep innovating, let's keep leaving no innovator behind. God bless Nigeria. Thank you. It's now my esteemed honor and privilege to invite the Executive Secretary of TETFund, in person of Architect Sonny Echono, for his goodwill remarks.
Please sit. The representative of the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, the Managing Director of Innov8 Hub, other very distinguished invited guests, my colleagues from TETFund, our dear participants, and others from the academia, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm highly delighted to warmly welcome our esteemed guests and to apologize profusely for the late start of this program. Our attempts at multitasking didn't really work out very well today. But I'm glad that I'm able to come and meet you and be part of this epochal occasion. This demo day and closing ceremony for the maiden edition of our Science Granting Council initiative is one that I've looked forward to, and I was also hoping to come with the Honorable Minister, but unfortunately we had competing programs. So he has requested that next time we have a major program that will give him sufficient notice so he can be here. I'm informed that the projects on display were funded under the auspices and supervision of both the fund and our technical partners, Innov8 Technology Hub. And it was intended to facilitate the advancement of solution-driven research, innovation, and sustainable development in our country. A little bit about the Science Granting Council's initiative. As some of you will know, the initiative is a multi-funder initiative aimed at strengthening the capacities of member councils in sub-Saharan Africa. TETFund is one of the 17 members of this initiative, and we represent Nigeria on their board. And through them, we were able to secure an allocation of about $250,000 $100,000 in 2023 for Nigerian researchers funded by the International Development and Research Center based in Canada. There's a collaboration with also the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the UK at the time. The grant was awarded to 4 research teams, comprising a total of 18 researchers from TETFund beneficiary institutions who participated in the Fund's Research for Impact initiative. And the aim was to enable them further develop and refine ideas and prototypes initially created through our R4I programs conducted here by Innov8 Hub for the fund. Accordingly, and to ensure effective implementation of the project, the fund last year signed a collaborative agreement with the African Center for Technology Studies in Kenya, which manages the implementation of the research grants for SGCI. The outcomes of the collaborative efforts of the fund, our funding partners, ACTS, Innov8, and the research teams are what we are celebrating today. The showcasing of the participant solutions and impact have lent credence to the quality of the TETFund-funded R4I programs. The SGCI projects could commence in June of 2024, so barely 1 year. A year-long product development program designed for participants of the projects who are alumni of the Research for Impact initiative. The program focuses on transforming research into viable and market-ready solutions. The participants who are supported by Innov8, our implementing partner, are equipped with business development skills and market intelligence, progressing through a structured journey that includes venture creation, market validation, high-level design, prototype development bootcamps, and preparatory sessions by emphasizing indigenous innovation and entrepreneurial initiatives. Through transformative initiatives like the SGCI partnership projects, we are not just funding prototypes, as the lady just said. We are also fueling a movement where a single innovation in a university laboratory or a workshop will have a ripple outward effect, creating jobs, solving societal problems, and putting Nigeria on the global map as a hub of African ingenuity. I am particularly happy that this is manifesting at the intersection of the triple helix synergy among the government, academia, and industry. Alone, each of us can only go so far, but together, there are really no limits. We can form a very veritable catalyst for sustainable development in our country. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, TETFund remains steadfast in the belief that research and development is the bedrock upon which great nations are built. It is through this bridge between theory and practical application that we can close the gap between knowledge and impact. By supporting these incubation journeys, we are investing in a movement that is reshaping the very foundation of Nigeria's academic and innovation landscape. Across our nation's tertiary institutions, a revolution is unfolding, where complex concepts are being transformed into real-world solutions, and academic theories are reimagined as life-changing innovations. The fund is committed to advancing research and innovation within our academia, knowing that its ripple effects drive technological advancement, economic growth, and national prosperity. This initiative is a shining example of how research can transcend theory and evolve into commercially viable, solution-driven innovations, thereby setting a bold new benchmark of excellence in Nigerian tertiary education. Today, we gather to celebrate our exceptional participants and researchers who are at the forefront of this transformation. Your groundbreaking projects aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals in affordable and clean energy, life on land, clean water and sanitation, industry and innovation and infrastructure stand as powerful proof of the transformative potential within Nigerian academia. The knowledge and perspective you are taking back to your various institutions will inspire a new generation of researchers, problem solvers, and inventors who will elevate Nigeria on the global stage. So at this point, please permit me to express our deepest appreciation to our technical partners, Innov8 Technology Hub, for their willingness to partner with the fund and their commitment to changing the innovation ecosystem in our tertiary institutions. And I'm sure you have heard about so many other programs we are planning with them to replicate this hub here in our various tertiary institutions across the country. I close by reaffirming TETFund's unwavering support for initiatives that will convert ideas into lasting impact. We will continue to push boundaries, to foster innovation, and to build a Nigeria where academia will not only be a hub of knowledge, but a driver of national development. I thank you for your very kind attention.
Let's hear it once more for the Executive Secretary of TETFund for that wonderful speech. Now, if innovation was a sport, perhaps it's going to be the game of boxing. But this time around, no hooks, no jabs, no fists, just that resilient made-in-Nigeria spirit on display. As members of the Nigerian academia have been on this journey, and now we're going to relive their moments through the lens of the camera. And in the words of Reverend Magic Johnson, it's showtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, researchers and innovators, tonight, history is made on the African soil as some of the continent's brightest minds step into the ring of innovation. In the Coach's Corner, the Science Granting Council's initiative, tag teaming with TETFund and Innov8 Hub, champions of research, development, and innovation. And in the opposite corner, challenges to the SDGs, good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, industry, innovation and infrastructure, affordable and clean energy. And now, to our contenders, Igel, Jolly Fryer, Water 23, and Evo. For 12 months, they've trained through sparks and storms. And this is their moment of eureka. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Question rose where silence stood still. Could ideas be more than thought? Could they heal? Could circuits carry hope, filaments shape change? Could hands rewire what once felt strange? In rooms where restless minds met light, ideas caught fire, born of need, not might. Not just of devices, but of purpose formed. From sleepless nights to hope reborn. From spark to substance, from idea to impact. These weren't just concepts, they were missions in motion. Questions turned to answers, sketches to structure, met with instruction, prototypes that read destruction.
Coming here, I realized you have to fall in love with the problems and not your solution. We enjoy what we are doing, and it has, been brought to a better and a more classic innovation.
My experience has been very, very excellent and fascinating, because from the venture creation, we were able to formulate the questions that will help us get the perspectives about our intended technology.
Sincerely, during this training, I realized that I cannot just produce anything and anything I want. It should be based on the people's needs. You go out to interact with them, the end users will tell you what they are looking at, what they want to use, and then you plow back what they have desired to your production.
We have been able to improve on the design based on the knowledge we had in the field.
My participation in this R4I and our innovation has translated to SGCI coming in to sponsor our research. This sponsorship will go a long way in reducing the impact of waterborne diseases in Nigeria.
I can tell you for sure that the ability to participate in this program has first of all boosted my morale as a person and as an academic. And that transcends to impacting the needful knowledge to our grade students, and also contributing greatly to scientific research in the universities.
But no phoenix rises from the ashes alone. Each flame is fanned by the winds well known. For innovation is never a solo flight. It takes a village to spark the light.
What we have witnessed here is the power of structured disruption. From bold ideas to practical implementation, this isn't just support, this is transformation. A redefinition of what's possible when institutions don't just fund projects, but invest in minds, nurture potential, and back boldness with belief. This is innovation with intention, and the future is already unfolding. The SGCI program starts with a venture creation bootcamp, where we take them through understanding the ethics, the morals, the business case of starting a venture. In this bootcamp, they learn about how to identify a product that has the potential to solve real-world challenges. But we understand that this is not just enough. They need to conduct proper market validation exercise in order to ensure that they are developing a solution that has a product market fit.
At the Impact Lab, we don't just build prototypes, we engineer solutions. Every design is tested, every prototype iterated and refined for scalability. These are not just concepts, they are market-ready solutions.
Through SGCI, our researchers will be exposed to the international space. We do so many things locally, and because we do things locally, they might not be exposed to international markets. And the whole world today, is universal, it's a global village. If we've got it right, it's because we've got it right with our education institutions. Innovation, development, and higher education are interlinked. You can't talk about development without serious investment and refocusing. Not only investment, but actually refocusing. What are our education institutions doing? Are we just producing graduates who go out and look for employment? Or are we helping students to create employment themselves, to generate wealth, not create those who are liabilities, those who cannot do without someone employing them? So this is exactly what TETFund is envisaging. We believe that investing in research, investing in transformational research, and even in translational research will ultimately help catapult Nigeria into a knowledge economy. And once we become a knowledge economy, then we've arrived.
Let no one say we merely dream. We dare to build where others scheme. Through the spark that danced and the steel that sung, we made the future with our own minds and hands. And so the final bell rings, not as an end, but as a beginning. What began as seeds, fragile, uncertain, have grown into mighty solutions, rooted in African soil, nurtured by the hands of visionaries. Each prototype, a story. Each innovation, a promise. This is the ring of innovation.
The Honorable Minister used to lead and is the largest African air. But specifically today, I spent a lot of my time on two projects. One is more recent than the other. The initial one is a program you're probably aware of. It's called the 3MTT Nigeria program. How many people are aware of 3MTT Nigeria? Okay, not too many. We need to get more people to be aware of it. It's a project that was set up when the minister came into office, specifically with a goal to build the talents that would develop outsourcing over the next 24 months and create about 100,000 seats for outsourcing as well. And we're extremely grateful to be having conversations with Innov8 to be in one of our launch pilot facilities in the Digital Bridge Institute in Lagos. It is extremely exciting for me to be on this stage today, and a huge honor as someone who is spending quite an amount of time thinking and pondering about how to create systems and programs and design programs and initiatives that ensures that we don't have the same challenge we've had when we execute projects in Nigeria, which is often that we have projects while the administration is there, but after the administration leaves, isn't sustained, but also to have projects that can be as inclusive as possible while also pioneering new technologies and new ways of executing projects. In the past 18 months of running the pilot phase of the 3MTT program, we have executed 2 cohorts, and we're currently in our 3rd cohort. Our first 2 cohorts trained about 90,000 Nigerians across every single state in the country, across 84 local governments, with a partnership of about 180 partner organizations, which some of them include learning centers in universities across the country. We currently have a pipeline of about 37,000 organizations waiting to join us on this journey. And we have a pool of about 1.8 million Nigerians who are also in the pipeline as we aim to scale the project. One of the critical things for us in designing this project has been to go at it from a learning perspective. And before I go into the project, I'm not sure how many people have actually read the blueprint of the Honorable Minister. So just in case you haven't, I'll talk through some 5 key pillars and try to use those pillars to connect how the Honorable Minister thinks about building the foundation, not just the foundation for our digital economy and for ensuring that Nigeria achieves its goals, not just from a digital standpoint, a technological innovation standpoint, but also ensuring that we thrive on the global stage. Because it is one thing to build the local ecosystem, another thing for us to be able to ensure that Nigeria actually solidifies its position on the international stage. The 5 pillars of the blueprints are knowledge. The second pillar is policy. Which this program here today and the initiatives being led by TETFund, the SGCI, and Innov8 Hub is advanced significantly. And the second pillar being technical talent, which the MTT sits on, and the last pillar being digital literacy. It's important that as we build an economy that is into the next stage and leads in the next stage, we achieve what the Executive Secretary so gratefully puts together, the triple helix connection, connect industry, academia, and the workforce. Oh, no. Yes, and government, yes. So industry, academia, and government. And that for us, okay, I think this is better. All right, I was skipping a little bit there. And as I round off, creating this triple helix is extremely important for us at the ministry and for the particular projects, Talent Foundation, and also ensure that we create an economy that actually creates solutions to our local problems in ways that allows us to increase our productivity, in ways that unlock prosperity for the average Nigerian. It's extremely important for us to make those 3 pillars work. As we go into the next phase of designing the 3MTT project, this is one thing that we're being extremely conscious of and would engage the Ministry of Education as the ministers are already discussing, particularly for the EdTech strategy, but also that we ensure that in the design of our programs, we ensure that researchers like yourself who are at the forefront of understanding not just the problems that exist, but also the institutional memory and the historical memory of many of our cultures, that we integrate you with the younger generation. We're extremely excited about this and excited about the potential partnership, and we'd like to say congratulations to TETFund, congratulations to SGCI, and congratulations to the Innov8 Hub. And on behalf of the Honorable Minister, we look forward to continuing to support and collaborate as more of this initiative takes shape. Thank you very much.
Okay. Over the past year, we've supported innovators to prepare for this moment. We would like you to hear from them directly about their journey, and they'll be pitching live to you about their innovation. Team 1.
From the academic depth area, weighing in with a drought-crushing innovation, Team 1. These research gladiators storm the agricultural arena with technology that does not compete. It commands. Their solution delivers a championship performance for SDG 15, live on land.
Thank you for having me. In my host community, when the first phase comes, there is a lot of excitement amongst the farmers as they rush to plant their crops. But this excitement will soon fade away as within a few days, these farmers begin to experience the death of their crops as a result of drought. This practice can really be frustrating and can disrupt harvest in the long run. What if the solution isn't much about rainfall, but a smarter way of retaining every drop of rain within the soil? My name is Masoud Sadiq, and together with my team, I'm here to introduce iGel23, an innovative hydrogel developed with the support of SGCI. iGel has the capacity to be able to lock in moisture and nutrients to release into the soil slowly to support the growth of plants. This innovative product has this unique proposition. It is able to hold up to 3,000% of its weight in water in the soil and has the capacity to increase soil water up to 50% and reduce up to 30% of irrigation cost. This product is a practical, scalable solution by transforming degraded land into fertile soil that is for sustainable agriculture, especially in those regions that suffer severe drought. Now, across the northern regions severely affected by drought, over 3 million farmers will suffer loss of crops as a result of drought. Now, this forms the market base for our products. From our market validation exercise, we have been able to identify close to 500,000 farmers who reside in urban centers and are accessible to our distribution channels and awareness campaigns. Because iGel is yet to access the market, we have been able to identify 3,000 farmers that are willing to participate in field trials and uptake of our products. And this will translate into about 45 million naira for just one planting season. Sorry. Yes, we are working on the business model that is aimed to fast-track return on investment from our different revenue channels. In just 4 years, we hope to generate up to 300 million naira by making about 20,000 units of our products available within our market available space. iGel23 is on a league of its own. To the best of our knowledge, we are not aware of any product that has this dual functionality of retaining moisture in soil and adding fertility into the soil. Our product has these unique functions. It is able to retain soil water, soil nutrient arrangements, it is reusable, portable, and all the components that we have put together to formulate this iGel23, they are all biodegradable, also forming a nutrient base for our crops. We have come a long way. For the past 2 to 3 years, we have been able to put together a multidisciplinary team from different universities. We have been able to conduct market validation exercise, and we know exactly the persona of our customers. And in formulating our products, we have been able to map out, raw material supply chain for our products, both locally and internationally. We have conducted several experiments and quality control to understand the performance and product consistency to meet the need of our users. We have designed our package to protect and ensure stable quality and the shelf life of our product. And this is where we are today at the MVP, the prototype minimum viable product. So with these efforts, we believe that it's not going to stop at the minimum viable product stage. And that is why we are asking, ladies and gentlemen, for a minimum of 100 million naira to help move this project beyond the prototype stage. We will be using this fund to set up what we try to briefly describe on the screen, as you can see, to have a manufacturing facility, be able to carry out marketing and sales of these products. I invite you to meet our team of experts who came up with this brilliant idea of solving the problems of drought in the vast majority of the northern Nigeria. This guy here is an expert in natural products and pharmacokinetics. Dr. Ajin from Federal University of Technology, Futo, is an expert soil scientist, microbiology and biotechnologist. Dr. Hosseini Majia from Lapai University, and our PI, who is a professor of plant pathologist. Let us make this smart solution a reality for our farmers, for our national food security, and the future of agriculture in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We won't be able to accommodate questions now, but immediately after now, you can meet with the innovators at the exhibition arena who will provide more details to you. So team 2, please.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Southwest, North Central, and South Nigeria, delivering the knockout punch to food processing dangers, Team 2. These innovators entered the ring with a game-changing solution, eradicating health risks and demolishing inefficiency, battling for SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. They not just advancing food safety, they are refining it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was again Team 2.
Thank you very much. Growing up as a teenager in my village in Ekiti, I have first-hand information and knowledge of the cumbersome method that is involved in production of gari. Gari, a staple food loved by almost all homes in Nigeria. The production involves frying with firewood, which exposes the producer to heat and smoke, which causes wrinkles, eye problem, dehydration, and pain, and at times, burns. This hazard makes me and some of my peers uninterested in this process. Despite there are known technologies that are said to have been in place in solving this problem, they are not locally made and they are not users-friendly. Hence, the gari frying system is still done under a very harsh condition that threatens the health of the producer. I am Dr. Cecilia Oluwamodupe, a co-investigator in Jolly Fryer Project, sponsored by Science Granting Council Initiative. Here comes Jolly Fryer, a sustainable technology, automated and built to produce gari under a controlled condition without exposing the fryer to any health hardship or hazard. This is Jolly Fryer, the solution to gari frying in Nigeria. This is Jolly Fryer. Jolly Fryer, as its name implies, means you fry your gari under calm and enjoyable condition. The technology behind this, it is aside the fact that you fry in a conducive environment and under a relaxed condition, It is fried in an enclosed system, thereby removing impurity. And then it is a self-dispensing machine with little or no human interference. And then you have your buttons that control temperature, pressure, and the humidity. About 3.5 million Nigerians are said to have been in Gari processing business. But in northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria, where our focus is, we have over 2.2 million Nigerians that are frying Gari. Our proposal is to produce 2,000 units of this Jolly Fryer to take to this location and give at a price per unit of 3 million naira, which is giving us a revenue of about 6 billion naira in 3 years. Jolly Fryer. There's no known competitor that can beat that which Jolly Fryer has come to do. The manual frying, which is the traditional method, and the said existing technology, which are majorly foreign, have not been able to compete with Jolly Fryer. Is it about its automation, the use of sustainable energy, solar, and gas heating system? Is it the hygienic environment where it's being produced because it's an enclosed system? Jolly Fryer. In the last 1 year, we have been able to form a formidable and strong team member. We have produced low-fidelity prototype. We have gone through venture creation, and then with the help of our technical partner and the engineers, we have had sleepless nights in putting our heads together and burning the late-night candles to have our high-level design. And here we are today presenting to you Jolly Fryer, the minimum viable products. Now, like I love calling that because that is actually what it is. Jolly Fryer. It's efficient, high output compared to the manual frying. It reduces exposure to smoke, heat, and hazard. Aside that, Jolly Fryer has also been able to preserve our environment because the traditional existing method is done by the use of firewood, which causes deforestation. So by the use of Jolly Fryer, our forest is also safe. Now, as we all have this, we don't want you to stop at that stage. We want every Gari producer in Nigeria to use Jolly Fryer. We don't want it to end at the minimum viable product. So our team needs more support. We need grants of minimum of 100 million naira to produce 20 copies so that we can take it to our experimental towns where we have done our market validation for feed trial so that Nigerians can have access to fried Gari. Our team is a multidisciplinary team. We have us from different universities. Together, we are not just transforming Gari production. We are creating safer, smarter, and more profitable livelihood for Nigerian farmers. Jolly Fryer, smart frying for a sustainable future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And can we all echo? Okay, thank you very much. Team 3, please.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from the research depths of Southeast, Southwest, and Northwest Nigeria, weighing in an electricity-free, pathogen-slaying innovation, fighting for SDG 6, clean water for all. Introducing the undisputed heavyweight champion of water purification, Team 3.
Last year, I lost a cousin of mine, Bolatito, due to the cholera epidemics that ravaged several parts of Nigeria.
She was brilliant, vibrant, but sadly taken too early because of water contamination and waterborne diseases. Unfortunately, too, she was the only child of her parents. She was not alone. Several families across Nigeria are losing their loved ones to water contamination and waterborne diseases. An estimated 70% of water sources in Nigeria are contaminated at the point of consumption. Waterborne diseases are a significant public health challenge across Nigeria. All of us, no matter who we are, we have to take a cup of water every day. Sometimes we don't even know what and what is inside. In fact, Nigeria has one of the highest rates of child mortality globally due to waterborne diseases. How did we get to this level? Our problem is low access to potable water, low awareness of waterborne diseases, high water contamination at household level. Today, our team have put together a very unique machine called Aquarite. Sometimes when the person said this, but when you hear Aquarite, something should come to your mind. Aqua is water, right is the next. That is water that is right for drinking. What is unique about this? What is unique about our products? This product has 4 compartments that is very, very unique, combining 4 different treatment stages. The first is a mesh that removes all forms of solid contaminants, the sand, the soil, the silt. The second stage is chemical treatment, where we use activated charcoal that remove all forms of chemical contamination. Many of us don't know. Pesticide could be there, antibiotics could be there, pharmaceutical generally, heavy metals could be there. But this second stage remove almost all these chemical contaminants, giving you what you know that you should have that is trustworthy. The third stage is use of ultraviolet rays, where we are exposed ultraviolet rays that attack all microbial organisms, virus, bacteria, and all the ones that remove them from that point, making sure that once the water flow past 2-3 stages, all contaminants are removed. Because this is water, it is very unique. Everybody must take it. The market size means that all of us are part of the market. 100 million Nigerians, households, offices, hospitals, schools, government offices, we all require this, making this market almost everybody. But looking at Lagos as, for example, as our serviceable, addressable market, with just about 20 million population, we are targeting just 3% of that 20 million, and that will be 60,000. At a unit price of 150,000 naira, multiplied by 60,000, you can see the figure of our revenue, 9 billion naira. That shows the potential. That shows that with little luck, the end is limitless. We have gone a long way into this project, and you can imagine we started with, in June 2023, going through these stages, market validation across Nigeria. High-level design, preliminary, prototype, and today what you have is the minimum viable design. Yes, this is a very important one that many of us will want to see. What is unique about us? What is special about our product? I can tell you categorically, our product is the first that combines 4 different treatment methods. You cannot see that in the market. Secondly, direct water source. Our product is the first that you can attach to any water source and you are sure that it will be clean, Many of what we have are just water dispenser. You have to guarantee the water before you put it. But in our own, attach it to anywhere, we guarantee you of clean water source for you to drink. What we ask for? We are asking for partnership. We are asking for grants. We require about 100 million naira to produce additional 500 units that we can deploy across Nigeria. We went to market, we went to the north, we went to the east, we went to the west, and we know every home deserves a copy of this, and that is why we are asking you. You can partner with us. With 100 million naira, we can produce so many copies that can go around Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Aqua Right. Can we have Team 4, please?
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, from the powerhouse region of Northwest Nigeria, deploying discipline, self-reliance, and excellence, weighing in with a revolutionary clean energy solution, fighting for SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, introducing the undisputed champions of rural electrification, Team 4.
In 2022, I received a heartbreaking news from my father. One quiet Sunday morning, my beloved aunt had died during childbirth in a primary healthcare center from a rural community in Bidda, Niger State. She was my beloved aunt because she always sent me kuli kuli and dankwa. She developed some complications late in the night. The facility lacked electricity to carry out the necessary technical procedures. She didn't make it. This is the reality of countless women and other rural dwellers in the rural northern Nigeria, where these primary healthcare centers are left powerless even when needed the most. Ever since then, myself and my team decided to work on a part of creating an alternative to energy source that will be clean, reliable, and affordable. My name is Dr. Ramatu Idris Shaba from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And I am a co-investigator on the project Air Vote, proudly sponsored by the Science Granting Council's initiative, SGCI. Air Vote. It is a vertical axis wind turbine for the generation of consistent power supply in primary healthcare centers. This project is clean, is reliable, and is affordable. About 14,000 primary healthcare centers in the rural northern Nigeria do not have constant light. Just about 8,000 are functional and accessible. We plan to capture 5,000 PHCs, that's the primary healthcare centers, in a span of 3 to 5 years. Our outreach is the business to government, vis-a-vis the business to business and business to consumer hybrid model. At a unit of 2.5 million in a span of 3 years, a market size of 5,000 would be generated at a projected revenue of 12.5 billion naira, including maintenance and spare parts. I know, right? Why Air Vote? Air Vote is unique because of its low cut-in speed, its affordability, its ease of installation, and its local content, the use of our local materials. 90% of our projects was locally sourced. This is the only project that can that has the 4 unique qualities that are not found in the market. In February 2024, R4I, the Research for Impact, put together a beautiful team that formed the team AirVolt, where we had our low-fidelity prototype development. At June, we had our venture creation. And then in October, we came up with the high-level design. And now, we have our minimum viable product. I'm sure we all love to see AirVolt, right? Thank you very much. Now, AirVolt is not just giving you energy. It's scalable, and it's durable. You don't have to go to the PHCs in the night and you have the fear of lack of electricity. And with this, the local content that we are going to use for this project are locally sourced, thereby creating jobs for these locals. We are seeking a grant of 250 million naira only to produce and deploy 100 units of AirVolt to rural PHCs across northern Nigeria in the next 3 to 6 months. This includes the field testing, outcome analysis, community training, and maintenance programs. We also ask for strategic partners with health-focused NGOs, renewable energy funders, public health agencies, donor organizations, and also that support this maternal and child health. Our team together are experts in energy system engineering, nanotechnology innovation, public health, medical system, and environmental impact assessments. AirVolt, illuminating the path to a brighter, a cleaner tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause to all our contenders. The Ring of Innovation. Now, I was reminded by a colleague that each of these projects, what makes them special is they all represent, the 4 elements of matter. Now, let's take this. iGel represents earth, right? AirVolt represents wind, right? The furnace of Jolly Fryer represents fire. And Water 23 represents... Yeah, so please, a round of applause for them. All right. So now, for the presentation of certificates, I'd like to call back to the stage the head of ventures and programs at Innov8 Hub, who will be accompanied by the presence of the executive secretary and the managing director of Innov8 Hub for the presentation of these certificates. Round of applause for them, please.
Mwaugu Victor Oloha.
Okay, thank you. Rashida to Abdulaziz. Please, we have to keep this faster, please. Rama to Idris Shaba. Abdul Salam Ismaila Galadima. James Enam Samson. Abdullahi Bala Kunya. Husseini Muhammad Maiga. Sani Muhammad Yahaya. get your picture. Sadiq Masood Eneji. Agim Leonard Chimaobi. Cecilia Oluwamodupe. Joseph Ona Opata. Ibrahim Ghana Gaydam. Ibrahim Ghana. Masok Felix Bitrus. Muhammad Nasiruddin Suleiman. Usman Waziri. Chia Ganam Osita. Nze. Babalola Olusegun Oluwaseun. Thank you very much, sirs. That will be all.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. All right, at this point, we'd like to hear from the representative of the participants in the person of Dr. Joseph Upata. Please welcome him with a round of applause as he comes for his remark.
The Executive Secretary of TETFund, representative of the Minister of Communication, management of Innov8, my dear colleagues, our technical partners, staff of Innov8, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. On behalf of my colleagues in the 4 teams, I would like to appreciate the federal government of Nigeria, first of all, and most particularly TETFund for their innovation in introducing this, which has given us opportunity to be part of this developmental process. We are deeply grateful to the management of Innov8, and in particular their technical staff. They've been so wonderful, and they have taken us through all the process, from ideation to problem definition, market validation, to the point where we are today. So we can't thank them enough. We are also truly grateful to our Vice Chancellors, because we had numerous boot camps, and each time they were gracious to release us to be part of this. We thank everyone who has supported us in one way or the other, and most particularly we thank God Almighty, who has granted us the enablement to continue from the beginning to this stage. And also we thank everybody who has come here to witness this occasion. But ultimately, we have to also thank the funders, the Science Granting Councils, who, through their partnerships, have provided the funds that we have used to get from ideation to these minimum viable products. But we know definitely it won't stop here, because we need to take it from the shelves to the marketplace. So on behalf of my colleagues, once again, I would like to tender our very sincere appreciation to everyone who has played a part through this process. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ukpata, for that wonderful remark. And now for the remark from Innov8 Hub, please make welcome the Deputy General Manager of Innov8 Hub and the President of Dr. Deji Ige. Welcome him with a round of applause, please.
All is well that ends well. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the management and incredible team of Innov8 Hub, I want to express our profound gratitude to the Science Granting Council's initiative and the Tertiary Education Trust Fund for championing this initiative, as well as all our esteemed guests for your presence here today. The initiative we are wrapping up today and the innovations that came out of it demonstrate another transformative power of mindset shift in the members of the Nigerian academia, from researching for publication only to researching for solution and impact. Such initiative as this will most definitely inspire made in Nigeria innovations, solutions, technologies, and made in Nigeria products, ultimately made by Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, as a proud African, I dare say that we Africans have always carried ingenuity in our marrow from time immemorial. When time was measured with sand and innovation out of Africa was considered magic, African magic. So, as we rally the academia to push Nigeria's frontier and that of Africa into the fourth industrial revolution, let the resilient ingenious spirit encrypted in our DNA be the inspiration to keep pushing the boundaries. Immense gratitude to TETFund for the critical and strategic partnership with Innov8 Hub. Profound appreciation to SGCI for their collaboration. We thank the participants and our esteemed guests for joining hands with Innov8 Hub to champion the cause of innovation, venture creation, startup incubation, creativity.
Eloquently put right there by the Deputy General Manager. Another round of applause for him, please. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to this phase of the event and we'll soon proceed to the demonstration proper. However, before that, we'll pose for photographs with our dignitaries and participants, of course. So let's set up, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed for the photo session. Then afterwards, we'll go to the arena for the demonstration proper. Thank you.